Hi, in this video, I will share the IGNOU MBA of the subject MMPC-003 Business Environment latest assignment solved questions. Discuss the controllable factors that exist within the internal environment of an organization. The internal environment of an organization consists of factors that are within its control and can be influenced or managed by the organization's leadership and management. These factors include organizational structure, the way in which the organization is structured, including its hierarchy, reporting relationships, and division of responsibilities. This can impact communication, decision-making, and overall efficiency. Organizational culture, the values, beliefs, norms, and behaviors that characterize the organization. A strong, positive culture can enhance employee morale and productivity, while a negative culture can lead to dysfunction and turnover. Human resources, the people who work for the organization, including their skills, knowledge, experience, and attitudes. Effective management of human resources involves recruitment, training, development, and retention of employees. Physical resources, the tangible assets owned and used by the organization, such as equipment, facilities, and technology. Managing physical resources involves ensuring they are used efficiently and effectively to support the organization's goals. Financial resources, the money and financial assets available to the organization, including revenue, funding, and budgets. Financial management involves planning, budgeting, and monitoring the use of financial resources to achieve organizational objectives. Processes and systems, the procedures, workflows, and systems used to carry out the organization's activities. Effective management of processes and systems involves continuously improving them to enhance efficiency and effectiveness. Leadership and management, the individuals responsible for setting direction, making decisions, and guiding the organization. Effective leadership and management involve providing direction, motivating employees, and ensuring that resources are used effectively to achieve organizational goals. Communication, the flow of information within the organization, including formal and informal communication channels. Effective communication is essential for ensuring that employees understand goals, roles, and expectations. Organizational climate, the overall atmosphere or mood within the organization, which can impact employee morale, motivation, and performance. Creating a positive organizational climate involves promoting trust, respect, and collaboration among employees. Policies and procedures, the formal rules and guidelines that govern behavior within the organization. Effective policies and procedures help ensure consistency, fairness, and compliance with legal and ethical standards. By effectively managing these controllable factors, organizations can create a positive internal environment that supports their goals and objectives. The next question is, with an increase in agricultural production, the active role of middlemen in the marketing of agricultural commodities has increased. Elaborate upon such middlemen in agricultural sector. Middlemen play a significant role in the marketing of agricultural commodities, especially in contexts where there is an increase in agricultural production. These middlemen, also known as intermediaries, perform various functions that help connect farmers with consumers and facilitate the smooth flow of agricultural products from the farm to the market. Some of the key roles and functions of middlemen in the agricultural sector include market information. Middlemen often act as sources of market information for farmers, providing them with valuable insights into market trends, prices, demand, and supply conditions. This information helps farmers make informed decisions about what crops to grow and when to sell them. Transportation and logistics. Middlemen are often responsible for transporting agricultural products from the farm to the market. They may arrange for trucks, storage facilities, and other logistics to ensure that products reach their destination in a timely and efficient manner. Value addition. Middlemen may add value to agricultural products through processing, packaging, and other activities. This can help increase the market value of the products and make them more attractive to consumers. Risk management. Middlemen often take on some of the risks associated with agricultural production and marketing. For example, they may agree to buy products from farmers at a fixed price, regardless of fluctuations in market prices. Credit and finance. Middlemen may provide farmers with access to credit and finance, allowing them to invest in their crops and improve their production practices. This can help farmers increase their yields and profitability. Market access. Middlemen help farmers access markets that they may not be able to reach on their own. They may have established relationships with buyers, retailers, and other market players that can help farmers sell their products more effectively. Quality control. Middlemen may also perform quality control functions, ensuring that agricultural products meet certain standards before they are sold in the market. This can help maintain the reputation of the products and ensure customer satisfaction. While middlemen play an important role in the agricultural sector, there are also criticisms of their practices, including concerns about price manipulation, exploitation of farmers, and lack of transparency. Efforts to improve the efficiency and fairness of agricultural marketing systems often involve addressing these issues and finding ways to empower farmers and reduce their dependence on middlemen. The next question is discuss the major recommendations of the Narasimham Committee, which was set up in 1991, to analyze the falling efficiency of the Indian banking sector. The Narasimham Committee, set up in 1991 to analyze the efficiency of the Indian banking sector, made several key recommendations to reform the sector. The committee, chaired by M. Narasimham, submitted 2 reports, commonly referred to as Narasimham Committee I, 1991, and Narasimham Committee II, 1998. Here are the major recommendations of Narasimham Committee. Capital adequacy. The committee recommended that banks should maintain a minimum capital adequacy ratio, CAR, of 8%, in line with international standards. This was aimed at ensuring that banks have enough capital to absorb losses and maintain stability. Asset quality. The committee emphasized the need for banks to improve the quality of their assets by strengthening their loan appraisal and monitoring systems. It also recommended the creation of asset reconstruction companies, ARCs, to help banks clean up their balance sheets. Management and control. The committee recommended that banks should be given more operational autonomy and that the government should reduce its interference in their day-to-day operations. It also suggested that banks should be managed by professional managers and that their boards should be more independent. Regulation and supervision. The committee recommended the establishment of a separate regulatory authority, which led to the formation of the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, Act, 1994. It also recommended the introduction of prudential norms and guidelines for banks to follow. Entry of new banks. The committee recommended that new private sector banks should be allowed to enter the banking sector to increase competition and improve efficiency. This recommendation led to the entry of new private banks in the 1990s. Technology upgradation. The committee recommended that banks should adopt new technologies to improve their efficiency and customer service. It also suggested the establishment of an electronic funds transfer system, EFTS, to facilitate faster and cheaper transactions. Financial inclusion. The committee emphasized the need for banks to expand their reach and provide banking services to underserved areas and communities. It recommended the use of technology, such as mobile banking, to reach remote areas. These recommendations laid the foundation for significant reforms in the Indian banking sector, leading to improvements in efficiency, transparency, and competitiveness. They have also contributed to the growth and development of the banking sector in India over the years. Next question is, what is foreign aid? Explain different types of foreign aid which are provided by developed nations to the least developed nations. Foreign aid refers to the assistance, financial, technical, or material, provided by one country to another country to promote its economic development and welfare. Developed nations often provide foreign aid to least developed nations, LDCs, to support their efforts in areas such as poverty reduction, healthcare, education, infrastructure development, and economic growth. Foreign aid can be categorized into several types based on its nature and purpose. Bilateral aid. This type of aid is provided directly from one country to another. It can take the form of grants, loans, technical assistance, or in-kind assistance. Bilateral aid allows the donor country to have more control over how the aid is used and to tailor it to the specific needs of the recipient country. Multilateral aid. This type of aid is provided through international organizations such as the United Nations, UN, World Bank, and International Monetary Fund, IMF. Multilateral aid is pooled from contributions by multiple countries and is often used for large-scale development projects that benefit multiple countries. Project aid. This type of aid is provided for specific projects or programs, such as building schools, hospitals, or roads. Project aid is often tied to specific objectives and outcomes, and the donor country may closely monitor the progress of the project. Program aid, also known as budget support or sector-wide support, this type of aid is provided to support a country's overall development goals. Program aid is often less tied to specific projects and allows the recipient country more flexibility in how it uses the aid. Humanitarian aid. This type of aid is provided in response to emergencies such as natural disasters, conflicts, or epidemics. Humanitarian aid is aimed at providing immediate relief and support to affected populations. Technical assistance. This type of aid includes the provision of expertise, training, and know-how to help improve the recipient country's capacity in areas such as governance, healthcare, education, and infrastructure development. Debt relief. Some developed nations provide debt relief to least developed nations by canceling or restructuring their debt. Debt relief can help alleviate the financial burden on the recipient country and free up resources for development purposes. These different types of aid are used by developed nations to support the development efforts of least developed nations and help improve their economic, social, and environmental conditions. Next question is write short notes on the following. National income. Underwriters. Atmanirbhar Bharat. Balance of payments, BOP. National income is a key concept in economics that measures the total value of goods and services produced within a country's borders over a specific period, usually a year. It is a critical indicator of a country's economic performance and is used to analyze the standard of living, economic growth, and distribution of income within a country. National income can be measured using several approaches, including the production approach, income approach, and expenditure approach. The production approach, also known as the value-added approach, calculates national income by adding up the value added at each stage of production. Value added is the difference between the value of a firm's output and the value of the inputs it purchases from other firms. By summing up the value added across all firms in the economy, we get the total national income. The income approach calculates national income by summing up all the incomes earned by factors of production in the economy. This includes wages and salaries earned by labor, rent earned by landowners, interest earned by capital owners, and profits earned by entrepreneurs. By summing up these incomes, we get the total national income. The expenditure approach calculates national income by summing up all expenditures on final goods and services in the economy. This includes consumption expenditures by households, investment expenditures by businesses, government expenditures on goods and services, and net exports, exports minus imports. By summing up these expenditures, we get the total national income. National income can be further classified into several components, including gross domestic product, GDP, gross national product, GNP, net national product, NNP, and national disposable income, NDI. GDP measures the total value of goods and services produced within a country's borders, regardless of the nationality of the producers. GNP measures the total value of goods and services produced by the residents of a country, regardless of where they are produced. The expenditure approach calculates national income by summing up all expenditures on final goods and services in the economy. This includes consumption expenditures by households, investment expenditures by businesses, government expenditures on goods and services, and net exports, exports minus imports. By summing up these expenditures, we get the total national income. National income can be further classified into several components, including gross domestic product, GDP, gross national product, GNP, net national product, NNP, and national disposable income, NDI. GDP measures the total value of goods and services produced within a country's borders, regardless of the nationality of the producers. GNP measures the total value of goods and services produced by the residents of a country, regardless of where they are produced. NNP is derived by subtracting depreciation from GNP and measures the net value of goods and services produced by residents. NDI is derived by subtracting direct taxes from NNP and adding transfer payments, and is a measure of the income available to residents after taxes. National income is used for various purposes, including comparing the economic performance of different countries, measuring the impact of government policies on the economy, and analyzing the distribution of income within a country. It is also used to calculate important indicators such as per capita income, which measures the average income per person in a country, and economic growth rate, which measures the percentage change in national income over time. In conclusion, national income is a crucial concept in economics that measures the total value of goods and services produced within a country's borders. It is calculated using different approaches and is used to analyze economic performance, standard of living, and income distribution within a country. The next is underwriters. Underwriters play a crucial role in the financial world, particularly in the issuance of securities. They are financial institutions or individuals who guarantee the sale of newly issued securities, such as stocks or bonds, by purchasing them from the issuer and reselling them to investors. Underwriters provide a level of assurance to the issuer that the securities will be sold, thus enabling the issuer to raise the necessary funds for its operations or projects. There are two main types of underwriting: firm commitment underwriting and best efforts underwriting. In a firm commitment underwriting, the underwriter agrees to purchase the entire issue of securities from the issuer at a fixed price and then resell them to investors at a higher price, thereby assuming the risk of not being able to sell the securities at a profit. In a best efforts underwriting, the underwriter agrees to sell the securities on behalf of the issuer, but does not guarantee the sale or the price at which the securities will be sold, thus assuming less risk than in a firm commitment underwriting. Underwriters typically charge a fee for their services, which is usually a percentage of the total value of the securities being underwritten. This fee is known as the underwriting spread and is intended to compensate the underwriter for the risk assumed and the services provided. The underwriting spread is typically higher for firm commitment underwritings than for best efforts underwritings, reflecting the greater risk assumed by the underwriter in the former. In addition to guaranteeing the sale of securities, underwriters also play a role in the pricing and marketing of the securities. They work closely with the issuer to determine the appropriate price at which to offer the securities to investors, taking into account market conditions, the issuer's financial health, and the level of demand for the securities. Underwriters also help to market the securities to potential investors, using their expertise and networks to reach a wide range of potential buyers. Underwriters are subject to regulation to ensure that they operate fairly and transparently and that they fulfill their obligations to both issuers and investors. In the United States, for example, underwriters of securities are regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and must adhere to strict rules and guidelines regarding disclosure, pricing, and conduct. Overall, underwriters play a vital role in the financial markets by facilitating the issuance of securities and helping companies raise the capital they need to grow and expand. Their expertise and financial backing provide a level of confidence to issuers and investors alike, making the underwriting process an essential component of the modern financial system. Next one is Atmanirbhar Bharat. Atmanirbhar Bharat, or Self-Reliant India, is a vision and initiative introduced by the Government of India to make the country more self-reliant and resilient in various sectors, especially in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. The initiative aims to promote domestic production and reduce dependency on imports, thereby boosting the Indian economy and creating a more sustainable future. Atmanirbhar Bharat encompasses several key pillars and initiatives. Economic resilience. Atmanirbhar Bharat focuses on building economic resilience by promoting domestic manufacturing, reducing imports, and enhancing export competitiveness. This includes incentivizing domestic production through schemes such as Production-Linked Incentive, PLI, schemes in various sectors. Infrastructure development. The initiative emphasizes the development of robust infrastructure, including transportation, energy, and digital infrastructure, to support economic growth and facilitate business operations. This includes initiatives such as the National Infrastructure Pipeline, NIP, to boost infrastructure investment. Technology and innovation. Atmanirbhar Bharat seeks to promote technology and innovation to drive economic growth and competitiveness. This includes initiatives such as the National Mission on Interdisciplinary Cyber-Physical Systems, NMICPS, to foster innovation in emerging technologies. Promotion of MSMEs. The initiative focuses on supporting micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs, by providing them with easier access to credit, technology, and markets. This includes initiatives such as the Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme, ECLGS, to provide liquidity support to MSMEs during the pandemic. Boosting agriculture and rural economy. Atmanirbhar Bharat aims to boost agriculture and rural economy by promoting agricultural reforms, enhancing rural infrastructure, and increasing farmers' income. This includes initiatives such as the Agricultural Infrastructure Fund to support agriculture-related infrastructure projects. Healthcare and wellness. The initiative focuses on strengthening the healthcare system and promoting wellness among citizens. This includes initiatives such as the Pradhan Mantri Atmanirbhar Swasth Bharat Yojana to strengthen healthcare infrastructure and services. Ease of doing business. Atmanirbhar Bharat aims to improve the ease of doing business in India by simplifying regulations, reducing compliance burden, and promoting a conducive business environment. This includes initiatives such as the Business Reform Action Plan, BRAP, to streamline regulatory processes. Global engagement. While promoting self-reliance, Atmanirbhar Bharat also emphasizes the importance of global engagement and partnerships to enhance India's competitiveness in the global market. This includes initiatives such as the Production-Linked Incentive, PLI, schemes to attract foreign investment and boost domestic manufacturing. Overall, Atmanirbhar Bharat is a comprehensive initiative aimed at transforming India into a self-reliant and resilient economy, capable of meeting the challenges of the future. By focusing on key sectors and promoting domestic production and innovation, the initiative aims to create a more prosperous and sustainable future for India. The next is Balance of Payments, BOP. Balance of Payments, BOP, is a comprehensive record of all economic transactions between residents of a country and the rest of the world over a specified period, typically a year. It is a crucial indicator of a country's economic health and provides insights into its international trade and financial transactions. BOP is divided into two main accounts, the current account and the capital and financial account. Current account. The current account records all transactions related to the trade in goods and services, primary income, and secondary income between a country and the rest of the world. It consists of the following components. Trade in goods. This includes exports and imports of physical goods such as machinery, vehicles, and consumer goods. Trade in services. This includes exports and imports of services such as tourism, transportation, and financial services. Primary income. This includes earnings from factors of production, such as wages, profits, and dividends, received from abroad, as well as payments made to foreign investors. Secondary income. This includes transfers of money between countries that are not related to the exchange of goods or services, such as remittances, aid, and grants. The current account balance is calculated as the sum of the trade balance, exports minus imports, net income from abroad, and net transfers. A surplus in the current account indicates that a country is exporting more than it is importing and is earning more from foreign investments and transfers than it is paying out. Capital and financial account. The capital and financial account records all transactions related to capital flows and financial assets between a country and the rest of the world. It consists of the following components. Capital account. This includes transactions in non-produced, non-financial assets, such as land, natural resources, and intangible assets. Financial account. This includes transactions in financial assets and liabilities, such as foreign direct investment, FDI, portfolio investment, and changes in reserve assets held by the central bank. The capital and financial account balance is calculated as the sum of the capital account balance and the financial account balance. A surplus in the capital and financial account indicates that a country is receiving more capital inflows and financial investments from abroad than it is investing abroad. Overall balance of payments. The overall balance of payments is the sum of the current account balance and the capital and financial account balance. It indicates whether a country is a net borrower or lender to the rest of the world. A surplus in the overall balance of payments indicates that a country is a net lender, while a deficit indicates that it is a net borrower. A sustainable balance of payments position is one where a country's external payments are balanced over time, ensuring that it can meet its international obligations without accumulating excessive debt. Policymakers use BOP data to assess a country's economic performance, identify potential vulnerabilities, and formulate appropriate policy responses.